Hello, I'm Dee Dee Ford Keene with the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, and I'm wanting to show you some of the fun things that we have for summer to keep you cool and to keep your drinks cool. The hot thing right now on the market is what we call the whiskey wedge, and the whiskey wedge is the glass here. It's for your cocktails. You fill it with water and stick it in the freezer, and when it freezes, you will take the little silicone mold out, and you will actually have a wedge of ice and then you would pour your bourbon on top of it. What this does is the wedge of ice does not dilute the bourbon the way ice cubes would, so your drink stays it doesn't affect the bourbon, but it does stay cooler and all. So this is a wonderful gift, especially even for Father's Day, under $20. Another neat thing that I've found, and this line is all from Corksicle, is this thermos. It's called the Winnebago, and it's not your typical thermos. What you put in here will stay cold up to 25 hours and stay hot up to 12 hours. So as I said, it's not like your typical thermos. And it also will fit better in your car seats and all. It will hold 25 ounces, and this isn't just for a cocktail or something. It could be for any of your drinks. It could be your iced tea. It could be your sports drinks. Think about all the ice and stuff you have to haul out to the ballparks when, you know, your athlete could have 25 ounces of a sports drink staying cold for up to 25 hours. Another fun thing here is this cooler. It is called the Arctican, and so the bottom of the cooler you put in your freezer and freeze, and then you will screw it into the canister here, and you can put anything. You can put a can of beer, or you can put your Diet Coke or Mountain Dew or whatever, and it will also stay cold 3 times colder, and it'll stay cooler 3 times longer also. Also, for some of you beer lovers out here, this is called the Chilsner. And so if you are one that likes to drink a bottle of beer, so you would freeze this, and when you open your beer, you would put it in, and as you would drink your beer, this is still in keeping it cold, and so you can keep your beer cold until you finish with it. And finally, for the wine drinkers, we have the Corksicle Air. You freeze this, you put it in your bottle of wine. You've also got your cork, but also it serves as an aerator for your wine when you're pouring it. So these fun and useful products can all be found at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. Well, here we are at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace's tasting room and cocktail bar, and we are looking to make a cocktail here in this segment. But what I first want to share with you is another little gadget that I found when we went to market, and it works well. It's called the Bartender. 10 meaning T-E-N, because it is 10 tools, bar tools in one. And it's a neat little thing to have all compact in your bar, or if you want to, or for a picnic or cookout or something, so you're not having to take a whole lot of things with you. I'll start out. It's a bottle opener that you would open up a bottle of beer. It also has a corkscrew here for your wine. Okay. It has a zester and peeler, so if you're wanting to, peel your, make some little, there we go, zest and stuff for your drinks, you can. It also has your jiggers. It has your muddler that you can muddle with. but it also acts as your juicer. There is also a knife for cutting up your fruits or garnishes and stuff. There is a strainer. And there is actually a spoon to stir your cocktails. So this is a very, very handy tool that, like I said, you could take with you anywhere. Picnics, cookouts, and so forth. So the bartender, and it is sold in Bardstown only at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. So I was trying to think of a drink you could make during your cookout or an ex-party and all. And the more and more I think about it, the old fashioned is just a great, great cocktail. But there's all kinds of different variations. It's what we are going to do today is I'm going to take, it's very, very easy here. We have a simple syrup. This is going to be a stirred old fashioned. It's not the one where we'll be muddling fruits and all, because all of our ingredients are to be stirred. First ingredient is our simple syrup. And I've talked about how to make the simple syrup for our mint juleps. And it's roughly the same recipe of 50% sugar, 50% water. But the difference in this one is that this is 50% raw sugar. So it's extremely sweet. And we don't need a whole lot. Usually with our mint julep simple syrup, we do 50% water and 50% of the bourbon. But here we're only going to use a few teaspoons, because you can see how thick that syrup is. So it's going to make a very, very, very sweet drink. Okay. Then we're going to use, and I'm going to use our jigger for this, for our bourbon. We usually use about 2 ounces of bourbon. And then stir. And we're also going to get our bitters. And this is typically the aromatic bitters, and we want to have about 3 drops of that. Bitters for a cocktail is like salt and pepper in seasoning. Just gives it different flavors and all. So we have stirred. Do not shake, stir. And I am going to have a little bit of lemon, a little bit of lemon rind. Since it's so sweet, we want something in there a little tart. And then we'll add our ice. So, and there we have a summertime old-fashioned for your patio. Speaking of summertime and patios, won't you come on over to the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace and check out our patio. Come out, sit out, have a drink, and listen to the music under the stars this summer. During the week, we're open for your 5 o'clock cocktail, and on Fridays and Saturday nights, we're open till midnight. Well, hello again, and welcome to my home kitchen here. My husband and I will be grilling out tonight, and we want to share some of our secrets of grilling out. What we like to do is to keep it very, very simple, because like everyone else, we're very, very busy. And also I want to kind of showcase some of the products that we use at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace that you can purchase there. Well, our menu tonight is going to be, hamburgers. cooked on the grill, and we're going to have home French fries, and then also we will have a salad. And all of them are very, very easy to make, and so we will start with the potatoes because that's the longest item that has to cook. I start out with just 2 potatoes, regular sized baking potatoes, and I'm actually going to cut them with this item I bought at a cooking store years ago, and it's just got the little blades in there that's actually going to make my French fries. And someone once told me, a very wise person, always cut the end off so you have something to start with to balance your potato. And with this being a little, the potato being a little bit larger than my edges, I always trim it down because they'll be very easy to make into slice up here. Okay, and literally you just center it and you, voila, you have your French fries, or potato fries. You know, you could actually even do this with a sweet potatoes, if you like sweet potatoes. And then we just put them in our bowl here, okay, to prep them. Okay, and I throw everything in there, even the little bitty pieces here. I'm going to do it again to the second potato. Okay, set it up there and then trim off the side so it fits through the slicer. Okay, again, just pull it out. Okay, and again, and you can see how it makes really nice even pieces of French fries. And then the leftovers here, just slice them. They'll all turn out well. And this is very, very quick. I've already set my oven to 400 degrees and getting it good and hot. And I'll let it, when I set it out, we're going to let it cook for about 30 minutes. And that'll give us time to prep the salad and also do our hamburger. So you can definitely have dinner in 60 to 45 minutes. So it's pretty easy there. So once I have all my potatoes, just shake them real well. So you're separating them and all. And take your olive oil, and what I'm using is an olive oil that we have at the store, and it is called Holy Smoke olive oil, and it's a smoke infused olive oil. So just liberally, I guess about 2 tablespoons here. And then what I use is just a little package of seasoning that I get at the store. It's called roasted potatoes. And it's pre-mixed. It's got all your seasonings in there. And the best thing is that, and I just buy this at my favorite grocery store. And the best thing about this is that it probably will last you 2 or 3 times depending on how many you're serving. And then you just toss your potatoes and the olive oil and your seasoning and make sure they're all coated. And it smells good even here. So we have our potatoes prepared. We have our stove preheated at 400 degrees. And so now you just get a cookie sheet baking pan out. Again, I believe quick and easy and have as little cleanup as you need to. So I line my pan with Reynolds wrap and I use my store-bought cooking spray. And literally then you just put your potatoes and just line them out on the pan. We are going to put these on for 30 minutes, and 15 minutes into the cooking, you want to turn them to make sure everything's getting cooked well. Well, we have the potatoes in the stove cooking, and the last thing we want to put on the grill is our hamburger to cook. So now I'm going to start on our salad, and it is a tomato, mozzarella, basil salad. It doesn't get any easier than this. We're going to take 2 homegrown tomatoes, okay? I usually take, this is one of those, I don't know the official title of it, but for you pull out the strawberries and the core of the tool. Works very easy because you don't want ugly tomatoes. So we're going to pull out that middle here. This is a very pretty dish. I've already washed our tomato. Okay, yes. We pulled out the ugly core. So there we go. How pretty is that? Then I turn it over, and I'm going to cut them in chunks instead of slices here. That's just a personal preference. And then just arrange them around in my pan. You know, nothing says summer like tomatoes. And again, as I said, this meal is so easy to prepare, and all these dishes that it's the ultimate in fast food. Okay, so here we go. We have our tomatoes here, and now we are going to slice up some of our mozzarella. It's just whatever you like. If you like lots of mozzarella, put in lots of mozzarella. I like to cube mine a little bit here and make some little triangles. And the best thing, it doesn't have to be perfect either. Just every serving, I want everybody to get their cheese and their tomatoes. Okay, I may do just a little bit more. The neatest thing about this too is it's good and cool on a hot summer day. Now the last thing that we want to do here, well, not the next to last thing. First of all, I want to put in my bourbon smoked sea salt, and that will give it some saltiness to your tomatoes. And again, this is a product that we carry at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. Now, my final item here is our homegrown basil that we grow in a container out on our patio. And what I have here are several leaves of basil, just stacked, kind of like a little cocoon here in my hand. And I just roll them up, and I take my knife and I slice long rolls. Okay. And then they kind of fold out, and I slice them up a little smaller. And I'm starting to sprinkle on top. And what a pretty dish too. Here you have a lot of color. You have your red, your cream color from the cheese, and the green from the basil. It smells really good. So what I'm going to do now is put this in the refrigerator to wait for the rest of the meal. Now we have the potatoes in the oven and we have the salad already prepared. So now it's time to make the main course and grill the hamburgers. And I'm going to want to introduce you to my husband and our family's grill master, Howard King.
All right, thank you. You know, she thinks the man has to be the one doing the grill. She's pretty good at grilling too, though. But anyway, what we're going to do today is doing our just simple hamburgers, cheeseburgers actually. We're going to start off with putting some of our Holy Smoke extra virgin oil on our burgers to get them nice and oily. I'm just going to kind of rub that down a little bit. Grab me a towel. Then put our burger bacon rub onto our burgers. Good dosing of it. I'm going to kind of rub that into the burger. It's called a rub because you're supposed to rub it in. I'm going to go ahead and do both sides while we're at it. That way I'm not putting the rub on over the flames. Throw some more vinegar oil in there. Put my rub on there. Rub the rub in there. And I've already got my grill on and hot, so we're ready to throw them onto the grill. If I get a little flare up, that's okay too. That just gets them nice and seared. I always close my grill, let them cook for a few minutes. So let those cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so we got our burgers on the grill. They've been kind of fixed with olive oil, this Holy Smoke olive oil that you get at our store, the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, and also our bourbon bacon rub, which you can also get at our store, the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. So these have been on the grill about 2 minutes. I'm just going to check them real quick, see how they're doing. We'll probably do another minute real quick. So we'll let them grill for another minute and then I'll check back with them. Okay, so our burgers have been on for about 3 minutes now. I think they're probably ready to flip. Oh yeah, they look good. So we'll do those again another 3 minutes and it should be ready. All right, so now our burgers have been grilling about 2.5 to 3 minutes on the other side. I'm sure they're ready, but to make them the best they can be, we're gonna throw some cheese on there real quick. Everybody's gotta have cheese on their cheeseburger. Cheese does not have to be pretty, just get on there. And then to make our burgers really good, we're gonna toast the buns a little bit too. We've already put some butter on there. We're just gonna put them on this top rack. Give them a little toasty. Won't take long with these. We'll close up the top row again real quick to kind of get the heat in there. So it won't take long. And we're gonna have some really good cheeseburgers with some bacon flavor from our bacon rub and some smoky flavor from our holy smoke olive oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these things off here. Cheese is melting great. Good cheese. And there we go, some beautiful cheeseburgers.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in and letting us share with you some of the many products that we have at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. So your next party or your next grilling out barbecue, come on down to the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace and pick up the products that you'll need to keep cool and to spice up your foods and all. So one more time, we're located at 110 West Flaget in historic downtown Bardstown. Our hours, the store is open from 6 to 10, Monday through Saturday. Our tasting room is open from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. On Friday nights, the tasting room bars and patio is open till midnight. And on Saturdays, the bar and patio is open from 11 a.m. until midnight.
And Gracie says cheers.
Cheers.